going to move on because this Saturday, we got WWE Fastlane coming live from Indianapolis, October 7th. Once again, we're going to be doing a space at Culture 316 on Twitter. We're going to just run through these predictions really, really quickly because it looks like we got a pretty stacked card of some pretty good matches. So we're going to start not from necessarily the bottom of the card, but I'm going to start with, I'm just not going to start with the most important match. So we're going to start with the Intercontinental title, Gunter versus Tommaso Ciampa. Who do we have?
Oh, well, I got Colorado taking. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's wrong sport. I got me trying to stay awake because it's a Tommaso Ciampa match.
I'm weak. You don't have it. You don't have a horse in this fight. You don't have a
Well, Gunther by
nothing.
default, but Tommaso Ciampa versus Gunther is definitely scaring the hoes. It's Tommaso Ciampa, bro. I've never been a fan of his. When he was on the Indies, he had hair back then, but now he's just a bald white dude with a beard from Milwaukee. You scaring all the hoes. So yeah, Gunther.
Gunter. I'm gonna go with Gunter as well. Um, I think that they're gonna continue this reign, and eventually, I think it's gonna be Chad Gable that's gonna take the belt off of him. That's a whole different discussion for a whole different day. But moving on to the next match, Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. We got Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Who do we have?
Uh, Endorphins. That's what I'd be feeling watching this match. Big Sexy is back. Thank you, whoever made that decision to bring Big Sexy back, but I'm going with Rhea.
I'm gonna go with Rhea as well.
Strong Sexy.
Strong. I feel like I'm gonna go with Rhea as well. I think Rhea's probably one of the most marketable WWE superstars today, of men and women. She has become something that I don't think anyone could have expected as far as just her marketability. But I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. Long story short, I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley.
Jay might
So
actually pull up this Saturday too.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I feel
Yeah,
like that would be a perfect place to do it because I feel like if Jade is going to pull up, she needs to be placed right into the main event picture right away. I
yeah.
feel like the main event is where Jade belongs. Like, this is not a slow build. Jade is not a slow build girl. You put her in the main event because she is the main event. She's money. She's a draw.
And they
So,
only got 5 women workers anyway, so
right. So I think that Jade is going to be placed in that main event picture immediately, and I think Fastlane will be a great place to start. Going into Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, it's a non-title match, but clearly something with some implications. Who do you have in this?
say again, it's Cody Rhodes versus who? I was listening,
Drew
my fault.
McIntyre. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
I don't know what's going on with Drew. Apparently, he doing the subliminal stuff. I don't know if he getting his song back, which is fire. That first song he had when he came to the E.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he on his way out because remember, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Earlier this year, they were talking about his contract, so I don't know if he read up or not. Maybe I missed it. But as far as the prediction goes, not to be long-winded, pause. I'm going with Cody.
It's the Mason Cam reference for me.
Oh yeah,
I
always. Pause.
the best podcast in sports. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Drew is kind of somebody, I forgot who said it in a promo. I think it was Miz, that Drew McIntyre is Batman and Cody Rhodes is Superman. It seems like that's what they're being marketed as. I don't think Drew is a face or a heel. I assume that he re-upped on his contract because he was out for a little bit and then he made a surprise return. I assume that a deal was reached prior to that return, but you never know these days. But I do have Cody winning this. If they want to kind of solidify Drew as a tweener, I feel like they can't. I feel like Drew just can't win. I feel like he just has to like be in this weird middle ground, if that makes sense. But I definitely see Cody winning. If the idea is for Cody to continue his build towards finishing the story, which is it's in but if they want to continue building his momentum and continuing his build, you have him win. Point blank period. Now for the next match, we have for the WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. I'm still trying to figure out why Charlotte is in this match. But nevertheless, um, want to know who you have between Io Sky, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair.
It's Charlotte Flair. That's
You
why.
think Charlotte's
Whenever
gonna
she
win?
get put into the title picture, you already know it's an automatic get down. Y'all gotta come
Mm.
off that title. The GOAT got to get that title back. Y'all know what's about to happen.
I agree. I think Charlotte is definitely going to win this match, especially if she's already being, if she's placed into this match. I think it's a no-brainer that she's going to win, considering that she didn't win the last time. Side note: she dropped a little, she dropped a little bar on Bailey on Friday, and sis was just like, "What happened to you? Like you used to be one of the four horsewomen, now you're just a stepping stone." And I was just like, Eesh. So,
Well,
but nevertheless, I do think that Charlotte is coming out as the WWE Women's Champion. Now we're moving on to the World Heavyweight Championship between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's going to be a last man standing match between Shinsuke and Seth. Who do you have?
Seth, you already know Shinsuke ain't trying to win. Even if they offer him the title, he's like, no, I do not want title. He about to go. He about to. He about to do the job. We ain't gonna see him for the next couple months. He about to go surf. You feel me? He about to go to Daytona Beach
Huh?
and go to Disneyland. That's it. He do this
Daytona Beach
every
is
year.
nuts.
Around this time, he gonna do something. All right, I got y'all 3 months, something like that. Then I'm out.
Hmm. I can see that. I can see that. Shinsuke, I feel like Shinsuke is just on chill mode. I feel like he's always been on chill mode since he came from New Japan. Like obviously, his booking has been questionable sometimes, but I feel like he's always just been like, I don't need a title. I just want to chill out. I just want to make my bread. And
Yeah, he treated like a job, man. He treated like Joker.
right,
Hey, I come here, ball,
right,
about to go drink some beers,
I
man,
go
ride some
home.
horses. Pause.
But yeah, I agree with you on that as far as like his approach, as far as he's treating it like a job. And I think Seth is gonna win. And because it's a last man standing match, I feel like it's not gonna make anybody look weak either way. But so much for that. But and now the main event, or at least it looks like it's going to be the main event. John Cena and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Who do we have?
Is the first of all, 350. That's what LA Knight name is according to the homies. They call him 350, bro.
Why is he 350 though?
Cause he half of the rock. He ain't $7. He 350. Pebble Cold, man. That's what they call him.
I'm weak.
Yeah, Pebble Cold. That's his name, bruh. He done stole everything. He got the little people's
Pebble,
elbow now,
pebble.
little fake people's elbow. He got a little Stone Cold Stunner. I'm like, hey man, get your old ass up out of here. Uh, is the bloodline
Right.
still existing? That's what I want to know. What's going? Is the bloodline
I
there?
think
Because
it is. I mean,
PTO ain't there. That's why they just like, all
I
right, street clothes.
PTO is crazy. I mean, I think it is. It's still. I feel like there's still like the Roman Solo relationship along with Paul that maintains the name. I feel like because Jimmy and Jay split, Jay's on his own thing. Jimmy trying to get back in. I think Jimmy is trying to destroy the bloodline from the inside out. I think he's trying to like put to do something diabolical, but the bloodline technically is still in place. If the name is still being used, if the merch is still being pushed, then the bloodline is a thing. So
No, let's wrap this up. Y'all made $11 billion, bro. And who am I to say make less money? Because we all need more money. But bro, wrap this up. I since January I said wrap this up with this bloodline stuff, man.
So who do you
Oh,
got
who do I
in the
got?
match? Who you got?
I guess the bloodline. I don't know, like legit. I don't know because I've been seeing what's going on. Yeah, the bloodline. Just because hey, the writer's strike about to be over this week. They about to sign the paperwork. Hey, seen it's time to make Peacemaker 2 and whatever else you got to make. So he up out of here.
I personally, well, the writer strike is over, but the actor strike isn't. So that's a thing. The next thing is, I think LA Knight and Cena are gonna win. I feel like they're trying to ride this LA Knight train as much as they can. Um,
It's a
and
rusty
so
ass train. You better do something. It's a stealing ass train too.
Still in that train is
Arthur
crazy, but
Morgan
I,
and
I
them on
feel
that
like
train.
they're gonna ride.
Pause.
They're gonna ride this wave for as long as they can. I think LA Knight and Cena are gonna take the win. So that concludes the Fastlane predictions. Um, I have
When
one
you
more
gonna have
thing.
me on here for Bound for Glory, man?
What'd you say?
Bound for Glory about to start. I think Bound for Glory is next weekend or weekend after next, somewhere around
I'm
that.
about to check it. I'm about to check when Bound for
Yeah,
Glory is
I
because
need
that's
I
the show
need
that I
more wrestling
actually
podcasts to talk about
October
Impact.
21st.
Yeah, I'll be on here for that.
October 21st,
Yeah,
please,
people need to talk
because I
about
feel like
Impact more.
Impact. Yes, I've said it on this show. I feel like Impact Wrestling is the most consistently good wrestling product today, the most consistently good. And we're talking about something that, and the reason why I say that is because not just um a free agent goes over there and it's like, oh my god, it's like everything is equally balanced. They have good main eventers, they have a great X division, high flyers. They actually do well with their tag teams. They market their tag teams well. They push their tag teams well. They have good tag team matches. They have an actual women's tag team division, like an actual one. And then on top of that, their knockouts division is stacked. And we talk about this whole thing about like diversity and all this other. We talk about diversity and all this other stuff when it comes to like women's wrestling and stuff like that. If you want to see what diversity in women's wrestling should look like, put on Impact Wrestling. You have everybody in there. Black, white, Butter Pecan, Puerto Rican, trans, everybody is in there. Everybody is in there, and it's not forced. It's not like diversity, diversity. It's like, nah, they're here because they should be here, and everybody's character works for them and all that. But we're gonna talk about Impact when we talk about Bound for Glory because Impact Wrestling, low key, is the most consistently good product in pro wrestling, bar none.